this is going to be a period up to the elections in which every member of Knesset would try to outdo the other one in showing that through legislation they can translate the wildest dream of how to make Israel a purely racist, ethnic Jewish state without any moral inhibitions and no respect for international law or basic human rights and civil rights. This idea that you can square universal values with colonialism or democracy with ethnic cleansing did not appeal eventually to the vast majority of the Jewish population that understood that it had to make a decision. Would you like to live in a democracy or in a Zionist theocracy? The idea of the liberal Zionists that you can have both failed, and therefore I think this explains the very widespread support, unfortunately, in society for having a racist state rather than a democratic state. And of course, as always in these cases, you also appeal to the people who are on the margins in terms of socioeconomic background. They find it as a kind of a mesmerizing idea that might even improve their situation, although of course in most cases it doesn't. In this case, these are particularly sections of the Arab Jewish population, mostly a third generation of Jews who came from North Africa, and they felt always marginalized and discriminated against in the Israeli Jewish society, and this new ideology gives them a sense of superiority, supremacy if you want, even Jewish supremacy, and that explains the attraction of that mixture of messianism, theocracy, and nationalism. It goes in two directions. The first is towards the Palestinians, of course. The change of the conditions of people, of the political prisoners, is one example. Giving a free hand to the vigilantes among the settlers in the West Bank is another. The very harsh genocidal policy in Gaza is, of course, the most important ultimate manifestation of this change, but also in the oppression of the Palestinian citizens inside Israel, and more importantly, giving a free hand to criminal gangs to terrorize life is inside the Palestinian communities inside Israel. There is also and the second direction is towards the secular, if you want, more multicultural, liberal spaces in Israel that are also being curbed by this kind of policies and legislation. So we are really see the unfolding of the state of Judea, that it regards not only the Palestinians as the enemy, but also the secular Jews as obstacle for creating or recreating, if you want, what they believe was the biblical Israelite kingdom that they read about in the Old Testament, that, by the way, geographically in their eyes stretches not only over historical Palestine, but also over Jordan, parts of Syria, and part of Lebanon.